Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers and doers, entrepreneurs of all ages, welcome back to Kinetic Customs. My name is Drew, and today we have some tubulars on the bench today. So, I've got a good buddy, his name's Roberto, and Roberto is a man of many trades. He does all sorts of cool stuff. He does stand-up comedy, he writes like playlists and track lists for your listening pleasure and mine. He has incredible music taste and knows just about everything about every single album out there. And he's a huge sneakerhead. So if you want to get to know Roberto a little bit better, I'm going to leave a link to his Instagram right over here. Really nice dude, and he called me up and said, "Hey, Drew, I've been looking at your work. I've been looking at some of those customs that you've been wearing. What would it take to get a pair of my own?" I said, "Nothing at all. I got you, fam." So today we're going to be doing a vaporwave inspired shoe. And for those of you who don't know vaporwave, it's this style of music and kind of this aesthetic that has a lot of neon colors. I don't know if you think back to like the 80s. There's a lot of neon colors and really bright stick out colors, and thankfully the aesthetic has been making its way back into mainstream culture as of later. It's seen a revival, and I really like the style and I'm excited to be working on these shoes. We're going to be doing a flat black color to start with, and then you can see this pair of tubulars has these lace locks here that kind of stretch out, and there's a stretchy material right here in the middle. So this could be an interesting shoe to work on. I've painted tubulars before. If you haven't seen any of my tubular videos, be sure to check out the playlist here. But it's interesting because this part's leather and there's some motifs that aren't normally on the tubulars that I've painted before that may be a little bit challenging, but nothing that we can't rise to the occasion too. So, as always, concept art right here. Let's see how close we get to it. I actually did this concept piece on a different silhouette than this particular tubular, so I'm gonna have to tweak the design just a little bit, but hey, that's what art's about, getting thrown a curveball and making something of it. So, let's hit the time lapse.
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to the time lapse. And first things first, to kick off this shoe, we actually laid down a layer of flat black, and I kind of just wanted to leave the shoes as is once I finished up coating it in black, because this shoe actually looks a lot like the Pirate Black 350 Boost. So if you guys are looking for that Pirate Black aesthetic but you don't want to pay Pirate Black dollars, then get you some tubulars and hit them with a layer of flat black and they'll look pretty similar, but not obviously not the real thing. So laying down a layer of flat black, then I filled up my airbrush with this really nice neon pink color from Angelus. And I'm masking off here just to make sure that I don't get any overspray. And here in a second, gonna fill it up, get those gloves on to keep my hands from getting dirty, and there we go. We start hitting the sole with that neon pink, and I promise you guys it's as bright in person as it is on camera. This is a really, really hot neon color, and Angelus did an amazing job with it. And I'm doing the next shoe here as well, and mixing it up with some Too Thin just to make sure that it goes through my airbrush correctly. And you'll notice a lot in this video that I do a lot of tweaking and kind of fiddling with my airbrush. I am actually pretty new to airbrushing, so this was one of my first times using an actual airbrush, so I had to learn how to properly clean it. And so a lot of it is like making sure that I clean out my airbrush and everything like that, and I know how to do it now, and I'm a lot better with an airbrush than I was when I first started, but a lot of this video you'll see me tinkering with my airbrush. So as you can see, I laid down a layer of blue, Bahama blue, on the other shoe with just a hand brush because my airbrush wasn't working, it needed a clean. And I wasn't too happy with that color just because it didn't fit the aesthetic. It's not that it's a bad color, it's just it wasn't the look that I was going for, but I had a bottle of turquoise that worked out really well, so that's the color that you actually see on the cages and the lace locks here. Next, I did this fractal design that is very popular amongst vaporwave images and that sort of thing. So I basically just put a bunch of dots down and played a big game of connect the dots all over the shoe, and it was a lot of fun. So we're wrapping up here, getting that done, and then the final step here, I retouched the sole just to make sure, because I have a lot of overspray as you can see there, so I retouched the sole there. And finally, I finished off the shoe with some acrylic finisher from Angelus as well. We'll see that here in a second. Yep, that's me holding up the bottle of acrylic finisher. And the acrylic finisher basically just seals in the color and gives the whole shoe a nice finish to it. So it allows the paint to do better with the fabric and not crack as much. And before we know it, we have a finished product. So here's some B-reel for you guys.
Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we are with the finished Vaporwave Radials, and it has been a hectic past couple days. Everything from learning how to properly clean my airbrush because I wasn't doing it correctly before, to troubleshooting everything about my airbrush. Pretty much all of my problems with this custom branched from me not knowing how to use an airbrush. But now I do. You live and you learn, and I am extremely proud of the product that came out of all of my strife, I guess you could say. Strife's a word. It's been a long day. It's about 1:30 in the morning right now, so my brain is just not there right now. But like I said, really happy with these guys. It's really cool because on camera it casts kind of this blue color, but this is actually turquoise. So to the naked eye, or the just if you're passing by, you see blue and hot pink, but it's actually kind of turquoise when you get up and close and look for it. Everything did not go according to plan, so I learned a lot, but as my first sort of commission piece, or one that I did for somebody that's not my shoes, I'm very happy with this, and I'm happy to submit it and let my work sort of speak for itself. So, as always, friends, if you guys are interested in getting some custom work done, shoot me a DM here, either on YouTube or down in our Instagram page, which I'll be linking in the video description below. And be sure to check out Roberto. Roberto's a fun dude. He's the guy who's going to be wearing these guys around, and he's all sorts of awesome. As always, friends, leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. And if you want to continue the conversation, leave a comment down below. Thanks again for watching, guys, and remember to get out there, keep hustling, keep grinding, and keep moving. Till next time.